KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. And brought to you by Matson and the Adahi Tonu program. Cars Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads up, Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurants, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Coming up on Prime Time, can the recent allegations against Congressman Mike Nicholas have serious ramifications? Plus, the Guam Election Commission has put the congressman on notice for failing to file required campaign reports. And with the budget bill passed on Saturday night, lawmakers wait to see if the governor will sign it.
Good evening, Guam. I'm Chris Barnett. In our top story, bombshell allegations levied at Guam's congressman by his former right-hand man, as KUAM reported allegations servicing of official misconduct, misuse of campaign funds, and a years-long Achakma affair, just to name a few. While some say the alleged affair is a personal issue that should be off limits, it could have serious professional ramifications for freshman Guam delegate Mike Nicholas. Here's more. Guam Congressman Mike Nicholas's former chief of staff and campaign manager John Paul Manuel spilling the tea on Guam's delegate. Manuel alleging he helped cover up Nicholas's 5-year affair with a woman who now makes $84,000 a year working under the congressman as a staffer. Some of our viewers have responded by saying an affair is a personal issue that the media and Manuel should stay out of. But the House Committee on Ethics Code of Official Conduct for the 116th Congress is crystal clear. Sexual relationships between members of Congress and their staffers are against the rules. A member or delegate may not engage in a sexual relationship with any employee of the House who works under the supervision of the member or delegate. This paragraph does not apply with respect to any relationship between two people who are married to each other. Another day, another allegation. As Manuel tells KUAM, this rule was covered in the House of Representatives freshman ethics training, but Delegate Nicholas missed that training because Manuel says he was too hungover. He missed ethics training because he got drunk and stayed up late the night before, but not that he'd care even if he heard it. He never expected to get caught. He was the only freshman that missed the ethics training at orientation. Manuel told KUAM in a written response, he says Nicholas attended the makeup training in February of this year. Meanwhile, former Congressman Robert Underwood on KUAM's group chat this morning says it's not fair to shoot the messenger without addressing the message.
You cannot second guess John Paul because he's gone on the record. So why do we have to second guess him? That's the point. The onus should be on the delegate to now go on the record.
But 4 days after the allegations were dropped by Manuel, the silence from Nicholas is deafening. KUAM has yet to get a response from his office, and he's been noticeably AWOL from social media. But former Senator Narissa Underwood this morning on group chat says give Nicholas some time.
It involves the relationship, involves wife, being betrayed, if even just the allegations. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just trying to deal with this amongst themselves.
Another House rules no-no, members may not expend funds from a campaign account that are not attributable to bona fide campaign or political purposes. Manuel alleging Nicholas reimbursed what he spent on a wellness retreat with his mistress with campaign funds. That means if these allegations are true, our delegate may have violated House rules and Federal Election Commission law. Manuel says he wants Nicholas to come clean, but he tells KUAM today he hasn't ruled out filing ethics complaints.
Filing an ethics complaint is not the same as dealing with KUAM. He has to respond to the ethics complaint.
And it seems KUAM is not the only one waiting for some face time with Congressman Michael Nicholas. The Guam Election Commission has put him on notice that he or a representative from his office must appear in person on Tuesday for his failure to file multiple campaign finance reports. Here's more.
It seems Congressman Michael Nicholas doesn't just have problems with filing his reports with the Federal Election Commission. The Guam Election Commission has put him on notice. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan.
At the Guam Election Commission meeting last week on Thursday, the commission decided to send the congressman a letter to let him know to file his reports with the Guam Election Commission.
According to that letter dated last Friday, August 30th, a recent audit of campaign finance reports revealed that the Michelson-Nicholas for Congress Committee failed to file the required campaign reports for the 2018 general election with the GEC. According to Pangilinan, although he's required to file with the Federal Election Commission, he also has to file locally.
Both the Guam Election Commission and the Federal Election Commission have jurisdictions over the campaign finance reports. We're the equivalent of the Secretary of State office. So across the nation, there may be other offices that do campaign finance. In some jurisdictions or some states, campaign finance is a separate entity. In other counties, it's one and the same with the election office. But here on Guam, the Guam Election Commission deals with the elections and campaign finance as well.
According to the letter, Nicholas failed to file his 2018 July quarterly report, a year-end 2018 report, his 2019 April quarterly report, and his July 2019 quarterly report. The GEC has given him until September 4th or by the end of the business day tomorrow to turn in those reports. Failure to do so could result in a misdemeanor. Additionally, in light of the most recent audit, the letter states that failure to file all reports by the deadline will result in a fine of up to $10,000 per offense. Because the GEC has not adopted electronic filing, the congressman or his representative must file all his reports in person at the commission. As we reported on July 31st, the Federal Election Commission also issued a failure to file notice to the congressman for missing the deadline to file his July federal campaign finance report. He eventually filed that report 2 weeks later. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matanani.
Late this afternoon, Pangilinan confirms the congressman's office contacted the GEC to let them know they will file the reports tomorrow. A verdict has not been reached yet for brothers 20-year-old Emmanuel Resilop and 25-year-old Jordan Ratchelop, the two defendants accused for the Mangilaw machete attack on June 4th. After a week of trial that included various witness testimony and the counsel's arguments, the jury continues to deliberate. It's now up to the 12 individuals to decide what crimes the defendants will be charged with or not. Ratchelop was dismissed of aggravated assault as a felony and assault as a misdemeanor. He faces certain counts for criminal mischief and terrorizing. As for Resilop, he faces attempted murder, aggravated assault, and family violence charges and was dismissed of one count for criminal mischief and one count for terrorizing. Two men arrested for a fight that occurred in the middle of a road in Dedido. Charged with aggravated assault was 54-year-old Sketchy Keeney. Arrested for assault was 30-year-old PR Keeney. The two were drinking when PR started chasing someone and then began fighting him. Court documents allege that Sketchy then helped him fight with another guy. Sketchy is alleged to have stabbed a man in the forehead while PR, as he was being read his Miranda rights, punched a man in his face as he walked away. Well, it was a rude and disturbing awakening for one woman, leading to the arrest of her neighbor. At 4:45 a.m. on August 31st, the woman was asleep in her apartment living room when she woke to someone feeling her up. That's when she realized it was a neighbor from 3 doors down. According to court documents, 31-year-old Brandon Manuk then grabbed the woman by the arm, calling her into the bedroom. The woman began to cry, and her roommate came out telling the intruder to leave. When police arrived on the scene, Manuk still refused to leave the apartment. He was charged with home invasion, burglary, and second-degree criminal sexual conduct. Well, a Facebook deal gone bad has led to the arrest of one man and the recovery of a missing pickup truck. On August 26, police responded to a report of a stolen Galaxy S10 cell phone in Lencho Park, Dedido. The victim alleged he made arrangements over Facebook with someone interested in purchasing the phone. Well, at the park, he met up with two men and a woman in a pickup. The man in the front passenger side of a gray Toyota Tacoma truck, later identified as Jeremy James Lighton Cruz, asked if he could show his girlfriend the phone. The victim agreed, and instead, Cruz allegedly jumped back into the pickup, which then sped off. The victim gave police a description of the pickup and a license plate. However, the plate belonged to a different unregistered vehicle. Police later spotted the pickup and arrested Cruz. According to court documents, Cruz told police he borrowed the truck from a friend and suspected it was stolen because his friend hadn't worked in a while. A VIN check of the truck revealed it was a 2019 Tacoma stolen in Barragata on July 31st. Cruz charged with theft by receiving stolen property and theft of property. After repeated unsuccessful attempts to get the business privilege tax rolled back, Senator James Moylan has introduced a bill that would let the people decide by referendum in next year's general election whether to keep the current rate of 5% or return back to 4%.
Juveniles starting from on top. There doesn't seem to be any effort to bring back this regressive tax on the people of Guam, and therefore I decided, or our office decided, that we got to take it a step further to let the voice of the people be heard.
I'm a little bit
But Governor Lulian Guerrero, who opposes a rollback, has challenged Moylan about how to make up for the $60 to $80 million tax revenue shortfall. Moylan says he's suggested various ways to save money, such as cutting back on executive security, but they really need to commit to reducing the size of the government of Guam.
We had to work smarter, and where we can maybe do some combination or maybe cut some things out. And to help the governor, I decided let's put together this committee to come with some good ideas and recommend to the governor, and give it a timeline of 180 days.
Moylan says the law already authorizes the governor to reorganize GovGuam. Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Guam. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with one of our residential loan experts. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're gonna be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're gonna be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
Adelup says it's still reviewing the fiscal year 2020 budget bill, but all indications are that the governor will sign it. Democrats cheering what they call a balanced spending plan, but a pair of Republicans remain critical of what they say was a rushed process. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The budget bill passed by a 12-2 margin shortly before Saturday's late-night deadline. The Democrats issued a statement today applauding the passage as a bipartisan consensus over a spending plan that looks out for the health, safety, and education of the people. They said it also addresses quality of life issues such as roads, the environment, local culture, and economic initiatives. But the two Republicans who voted against the measure, Senators Tello Taitigui and James Moylan, say while they supported many of the provisions, they were disappointed not enough time was allowed to deliberate further. Moylan said, quote, "A billion-dollar budget bill should never be addressed in just 6 days." Taitigui said leaders ignored the call to make hard but necessary policy decisions to help working families. She said in rushing to meet the deadline, the bill makes bad policy calls such as, quote, "taking from Peter to pay Paul." Moylan said he was also disappointed that all of his cost-cutting amendments were voted down. The Democrats say they expect the governor to sign the budget, which goes into effect October 1st. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Not all the government board positions have been filled yet. Now, confirmation hearings were held today for Gabriel Hugo as a director for the Guam Housing Corporation Board and for former Senator Frank Ishizaki for the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority Board. Both breezed through the hearings, which lasted less than a half an hour, each pledging their commitment to the respective agencies they've been appointed to serve, and also testified that they had no conflicts of interest. Well, the growth of our island's economy was the focus of a recent working session at the University of Guam, which was hosted by GITA at the invite of the Guam Economic Development Authority. Groups who submitted project proposals to the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategies, or CEDS, met with a representative from the U.S. Economic Development Administration who provided information on the do's and don'ts when applying for grants from the U.S. EDA. GITA CEO Melanie Mendiola has more.
Because today's focus was EDA, it was Economic Development Administration, there was a huge focus on growing our economy, so the building of businesses, the strengthening of the resilience of our businesses, as well as creation of new jobs and maintaining existing jobs.
Mendiola says a couple of the takeaways are that the learning never stops and that the spirit of collaboration among local organizations with common interests was highlighted at the session.
We hope that this is the first of many. We just wanted to kind of test it out and see if we can really take a collaborative approach towards applying for these grants. Even if you are an experienced person in the space of federal grants, there's still a lot to learn. Every agency, every federal agency is different.
Some of the participants included a couple GovGuam agencies, GCC, the Guam Trades Academy, and ChamGlam. Now, before taking Monday off in celebration of Labor Day, Government of Guam employees had a big celebration amongst themselves. KUAM attends this year's Labor Day picnic.
Labor Day! Celebrate the backbone of the Government of Guam. We the people.
It was the annual Labor Day picnic event hosted by the Forefront of GovGuam. The event was held Sunday at the Governor Joseph Flores Beach Park in Ipao. This year's theme was We Are One.
Every year it's tradition. You know, it's so great to see the different agencies participating and putting out, and of course, you know, with all the public officials, the governor, lieutenant governor going around saying thank you to everyone and wishing everyone a wonderful Labor Day.
The administration expressed their gratitude and appreciation for the hard work put forth year-round. The event brought out hundreds of employees and their families for a day filled with live entertainment, games, and food.
We're here. We're so happy to be together.
Most especially with the Government of Guam employees, this Labor Day is in recognition and to show them how much we as administrators and administration really appreciate all that they do.
Department of Labor Director Gerard Tovez has been in this position since January. He entered office with the new administration and said there are about 60 employees in the agency that he oversees.
We have people from 1 week to 23, 30 years in the government, so their valuable knowledge and hard work is most appreciated, so that's why we do this here in Guam. Viva Labor Day, Viva Guam.
Coming together and standing together as one. Happy Labor Day, Guam. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
The Guam Visitors Bureau welcomed its newest half-a-day pledge members to the program. Vitamin World, Sky Zone Guam, Express Care Health and Skin Center, Snowberry Dessert Cafe, Project Matrix, VR, and Stickers Express, which are all located within the Agatnia Shopping Center. Now, along with the new members, ASC, New Memories, SM Guam, Inc., and Fizenco also joined the ceremony to renew their pledges. They renew for another year, implementing new pledges, such as incorporating sustainable practices into their everyday business. During his opening remarks, Director of Tourism Research, Nico Fujikawa, said, "It's amazing that over the past 10 years, we have now grown exponentially with over 40,000 individuals taking this pledge. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the GVB Half-a-Day Pledge program." Well, our very own Dave Delgado, Double D, is on the way with a roundup of sports. Keep it where you got it.
Make every day a plus.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We get the show started tonight with high school football as the Friars took on the Guam High Panthers at GW. Guam High tested the defending champions early. Check it out. FD trailed 14-0 in the first quarter before going on a run that stunned the Guam High Panthers. The Friars turned to their offensive line, who stepped up in the trenches to open up holes for the running game. Kian Artero scored the first touchdown of the game on a run to the right side of the line. Artero followed his blocks into the end zone again to build momentum for the defending champs. Sophomore running back Kyle Gogwe finished off a Friars drive, courtesy of Kian Artero, who kept the chains moving with huge gains. Gogwe punched it in from a yard out. The Panthers ran into trouble on special teams, losing 3 straight possessions on short kicks, which resulted in points for the Friars. Kian Artero rushed for over 200 yards with 4 touchdowns to bring his early season total to 9 in just 2 games. FD QB Nicholas Anderson tucked the ball away and called his own number for another unanswered touchdown. The Friars went on to take the game 47-14 to start the season off at 2-0 and extend their win streak to 42 wins in a row. In other games, GW won via forfeit over the Ukadu Bulldogs. The Simon Sanchez Sharks edged out the Southern High Dolphins 24-20, and the Teason High Titans beat out the JFK Islanders 6-0. Congrats to all the gyms and jiu-jitsu competitors who hit the mats at this year's Marianas Open. Over 270 athletes registered for the event, which featured a black belt absolute division. Kenyon Duarte walked away with the division title. 58 gold, 53 silver, and 41 bronze medals were given out to winners in each respective division. KUAM's Brock Matanani took gold for his very first tournament in the 7 to 9-year-old Pee Wee 66 to 75-pound division. Purebred's David Harris took gold for the male gi brown belt adult 161 to 175 division. Carlson Gracie's Anthony Cruz bagged another gold for the 176 to 190 adult brown belt division. DC Calvo won gold in the male gi brown belt adult 206 and over division. Lorelei Gandolai took gold for the female gi white adult 131 to 145 division, representing Purebred. Female gi blue belt adult absolute gold medalist was Francesca Adalazama, representing Purebred. The award for Best Adult Team went to Purebred. Carson Gracie took second. Spike 22 finished in third. Best Team Kids award went to Carlson Gracie. Purebred took second. Heights Academy placed third. In programming news, make sure to catch the kickoff of this year's NFL season right here on the stations of KUAM. Friday, September 6th marks the 100th year of NFL action. Khalil Mack and that tough Chicago Bears defense will put Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense to the test. Kickoff set for 10:15 in the morning on KUAM TV8, NBC Sunday Night Football.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get a ride back?
Get ready, Guam! For the Jamaican Reggae Explosion. Storehouse Productions, along with Game Time Inc., present Hope Slam 2019, a benefit concert to promote suicide awareness and prevention at the Governor Joseph Flores Memorial Park on September 21st, 2019. Live from Jamaica, we got Kevin Downswell, Jermaine Edwards, Gotti, Adrian Cunningham, and Terry Ann Johnson. We'll have local performers to get the vibe started, and food vendors will be on site. This is a family-friendly event. Advance tickets are $15 for adults and $5 for kids. Tickets available at Anderson ITT, Navy MWR, 76 Circle K in Agate, EPOW Road, and Dedito, or purchase online at eventbrite.com. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. Hope Slam 2019, slamming the door to suicide. Special thanks to all of our sponsors.
It's the meteor shower of the decade, but you're too busy gazing at double the beef and double the layers you love. Maybe next decade. The Triple Double Crunchwrap Box, only at Taco Bell.
And before we close out the news tonight, you know how we do our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, my friends, it is hot outside on Guam and it is hot in the audio booth, but let's cool you down with some cool birthday shout-outs for this Tuesday. Happy birthday to Tony Guerrero. Happy birthday, Noning. Cheers to a fearless woman who has nothing but heart. We love you, says your entire familia. We've also got some belated birthday shout-outs to send out, and the first one is going to Erin Gogui, who had a birthday on the 30th. Also, Leona Duenas. Happy birthday from your family. She was born on the 31st. Sophia Ewan. Happy birthday, Sophia. Love, Mommy, and Daddy. She's born on the 1st. And Valerie Sayama Flores was also born on the 1st, and she has a happy birthday. And we hope we made all of your birthdays the very best they could be.
Hey, remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Now, please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. Well, that's it. That's going to do it for me here on the KUAM News Desk, but stay tuned. Your favorite Jason is on the way with Extra.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hello and half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas, and this is Health, Home, and Lifestyle, where we lead off, as we do every Tuesday here on KUM, with my good friend Nurse Jen Artero, who has another tip on how you can live a healthy island life.
Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Half a day, I'm Nurse Jen, and you're watching Health Check. Athletes beware. If you play a sport that requires repetitive overhead, overhand extremity movements, that cause strain and stress to the elbow, then you may be at risk for an ulnar collateral ligament injury, also known as UCL. The UCL is a thick triangular band located on the inner half of your elbow. And if your elbows are in pain, it may be because your UCL is frayed, has a tear, is stretched out, or even worse, is ruptured. Elbow injuries can really throw a curveball in your game, and it's even worse if your elbow injury is torn or ruptured, because it will usually result in a surgical referral. But baseball pitchers aren't the only athletes susceptible to a UCL injury. It can also affect golfers, tennis players, quarterbacks, and volleyball players that love to spike the ball. The act of throwing overhand or spiking produces a force at the elbow that can exceed the limits of the UCL's strength. Over time, this repetitive stress can irritate the UCL and its surrounding muscles and tendons, and ultimately swelling occurs, sometimes with numbness, down to your forearms and into your fingers. Bottom line, if you participate in any sports that requires repetitive upper arm movements that cause strain or stress to the elbow, then you're at risk. Interventions include maybe wearing a sling, a splint, or a cast for about 2 to 4 weeks while your elbow heals. Depending on how badly it's sprained, you may need physical therapy to learn proper stretching and strengthening exercises. But if these options don't work, you may be referred to the Tommy John surgery. This is an ulnar collateral ligament reconstruction surgery. It's a graft procedure where the UCL in the medial elbow is replaced with a tendon from another tendon elsewhere in your body or from a non-living donor. The alternate tendon is often from your forearm, your handsprings, or your foot. Complete recovery post-op can take anywhere from 18 to 24 months, but you should be able to go back to the game after full recovery. I hope to see you next week, same place, same channel. I'm Jen Artero, registered nurse, reminding you, don't wreck yourself, health check yourself.
Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Please stay tuned. We are back after this.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to KUAM News Extra. I'm still Jason Salas, and thanks for joining me. I have here Bernice and Kimberly, and we have a multimedia experience to present to you celebrating women warriors.
That's
right.
Hi. Howdy, Doc. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks
very,
for having
very,
us.
very wonderful theme here. Bernice, always good to see you. So please detail exactly how we're defining women warriors and what relevance this has to our community.
Okay, so the actual title of the project is Guam Women Warriors. So we're obviously focusing on service women and women veterans from Guam, right? Most of whom live here. Some have moved away since we started the project.
Those who have served in the military?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Or in the Guard, we define it broadly. Right?
Okay.
Yes. So we started an oral history project with a grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities under an initiative entitled Standing Together, which really wanted to explore through the humanities women's wartime experiences and military service, not just for women, but for all service women and men, as well as veterans.
So it's a chance to celebrate local women here, appreciate what they've done, and
Yes, so for our project, we focused on women. We did, I don't know if you remember the Sandalu exhibition that looked at Chamorro experiences in the military. So from that, we had interviewed 4 women that were part of the project, Sandalu exhibit project, and we thought this would be a real opportunity through this initiative to expand our focus and efforts in working with service women and women veterans. So we conceptualized and designed an oral history project. And the key about the project is that it's peer-to-peer based. So we actually worked with Laurel Monig, a humanities scholar, who's done a lot of work and research in Guam, to conduct oral history projects with service women and women veterans so that they could conduct their own oral histories, collect oral histories from other women in service. And it's really an empowering process.
Now, as I understand it, Bernice, you guys actually let me look at it like a little sneak peek here of this flyer. There's also a film that goes along with this, correct?
Yes, there is. It's called Journey to Normal. And we're very lucky. We're going to have the director of the documentary here with us tomorrow. And the film is about 8 women who it starts with them serving in Afghanistan and then follows them on their journeys home to their families for 2 years after their service.
And I guess what Kim was just referring to is there's been research and the spotlight very deservedly put upon women in the region as well who have served.
Yes, actually we're focused specifically on women in Guam, but that could include women from other islands of Micronesia that live in Guam and are now serving.
And they enlist and then they nobly serve our country and they defend liberty. And so one thing that's interesting, like how Bernice was just saying, the director's going to be here. I was just looking at the credits right now, like I'm a big film guy. Executive producer, it's kind of like at the way bottom, there's Theodore and somebody named Troy Palomalu, who is going to be in the NFL Hall of Fame in probably just a few short months and everything. I know, kind of caught the two of you by surprise, but I was like, well, very well done. A lifelong Pittsburgh Steeler, and he was like executive producer on this.
Yeah, well, she actually Julie Hare is from Pittsburgh, so it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably the connect in some way.
All right, very, very cool. So what is this film, what will people take away from it?
They're going to get a closer look at not only the experience of deployment, but also the experience of reintegration, what it's like to move from the experience of war to domestic life. And it's complex, and it has its challenges and its intense love that comes with that. And it's very moving to see, just so people move through that experience, and to relate that to our project here, where we are following women, their stories from when they entered military service through active duty and deployment and to coming home.
Now, I am intently, Kim, interested in seeing this film and what it presents, because we live in kind of this outrage culture right now, and everybody wants to fight for rights and they want equality, and that's fine, and diversity. But a lot of people say we have to normalize like most things, and you have to say the experiences across gender. But I mean, you must admit that the female experience when serving in the military, and like Bernice was just saying, reintegration into civilian life, and the things that you go through while being deployed, it is really its own set of experiences that are completely unique to the female gender.
Yes, it is, and I think that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this project. I think it's been successful, through doing the peer-to-peer based interviews, it's really been a really empowering experience for these women to share their accounts of deployment, military life, and then what it's like to come home and to re-enter a civilian population. So it can really be an empowering experience to recount that, but also in a very comfortable and safe space as well. So, and it's a challenge. I mean, it's a real challenge, and I think you'll see some of that when you get onto the website once we launch it and look at their experiences and their accounts.
And of course, there have been so many women across generations on Guam who have done the very noble task of enlisting in the U.S. military and serving. So this isn't just going to be, okay, well, we've got 5 women, we're doing their profiles, let's move on to the next thing. This is an ever-evolving project.
Yes, it is. And you wanted to share,
Yes,
Bernice, who we heard from?
Yes, we're very, very happy about that. We are going to be adding new posts every Wednesday, extending these women's stories, and we also want to invite other service members and veterans to, if they'd like their oral history recorded and shared through our website. We would love that. So that's going to be part of the launch.
Oh, very nice. Okay, and how can people contact you if they would like to contribute or like more information?
Yeah, well, they can get on the website once it's launched. Of course, they can contact myself, Kimberly, at Humanities Guahan, either on our website, where you'll find our addresses, or at our phone number, 472-4460 or 61.
Okay, what is the website, just so people know right now? We want to make sure they bookmark it.
www.humanitiesguahan.org.
Excellent. So ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And we thank you for allowing us to say thank you to these wonderful, brave, incredible ladies. Who
yes, it's a celebration.
Yeah, who have done an amazing job. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, stay tuned. We're back after this.
It's the meteor shower of the decade, but you're too busy gazing at double the beef and double the layers you love. Maybe next decade. The triple-double Crunchwrap box, only at Taco Bell.
What are you gonna do now? How are you gonna push? How are you gonna live? It all depends on you. You ain't got time to be complaining. You ain't got time to be angry. So if you feeling weak and you in that dark place, you better find the light within yourself, because when it's all said and done, we are all brothers and sisters in battle. I ask you to be strong. Whatever challenge you face, there is no obstacle greater than you. Be productive, be powerful, and from the bottom of my heart, my name is Coach Payne, and I'm asking you to conduct your business. Go!
Join us in saluting those making strides and serving in our armed forces every Tuesday on the KUAM News Instagram account. These weekly posts round up profiles of Guamanians receiving accolades in the armed forces, those stationed on Guam making a difference in our community, and veterans being recognized for their service. Presented by Future Smiles Orthodontics. Build a brighter future with a brighter smile.
Our group chat live stream today featured our Chris Barnett talking to Doctors Underwood, both Robert and Narissa, about a variety of topics, including the allegations put forth recently against Congressman Mike Sinicolas. Here's an excerpt.
And I think, you know, the self-determination thing, and I mean, it's no secret, he just won't talk to KUAM, and I don't, you know, I have an idea how it started, but I mean, for it to carry on this long, and I just feel like, you know, as the delegate who represents the people, that there should be a level of transparency. I don't think it's unreasonable for us to, you know, look at self-determination, you bring that up. I've emailed his office, I've emailed him, you know, 5-6 times. Not anything controversial, you know, what's your stance on self-determination? Are you completely writing off meeting with these activist groups? And, you know, just real basic general inquiries, nothing, you know, too probing, and we just don't get a response, so.
And he was invited to attend, and he was and his office was invited to send representatives. But of course, you know, that's the one dimension is the personal, but the other is the political. and the political, this will be corrosive if he doesn't respond. Now, you know, maybe he needs a few days to respond, but he needs to respond, and he needs to respond to everybody. So, you know, because otherwise he pays a price for that, and he's going to, eventually he's going to come to terms with that. And then inside Congress, you don't know what the dynamics are, you know, because once people sense that you're weakened or you're wounded,
you lose the clout.
You lose whatever little clout you have. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I agree. I think he's definitely got to respond. I also agree with you. I think that, I mean, there's got to be some stuff going on the family level. You know, I'm a divorced guy, and I've done things. You know, and I think at the end of the day, what you can do is try and make it right when you make mistakes. You know, so I do agree that he needs that time. But then on the flip side of it is on our end, and I think a lot of other media, is he's just not accessible. And he's only accessible to friendly media, or you know, they'll do this thing where people message him on Facebook and they say, oh, I message him on Facebook. But you know, as a media, Facebook is not an official channel. For me, I don't Facebook Messenger. No, I mean, I'm going to email you. I'm going to email your email account, and so not responding to this to me is not that surprising because he hasn't really responded to anything, and I think that's part of the problem.
Well, that's part of the problem, and part of their responsibility as public officials is that we are accountable to the public.
Yeah,
we just are. We're being paid.
And that's the other thing is, like, you know, if you don't want the scrutiny, then you know. Don't run for public office.
That's right.
You know, people are, and the comments in the story, it's personal, you know, and then half of them are like, oh, well, so what? You know what I mean? So there is that. I feel like the affair, that is, I think it's personal. But what you use the office for, to carry it out, to cover it up, to, you know, was there spending of congressional funds or campaign funds? Those are the things that I think are relevant and in the public arena.
So what I would hold his feet to would be the fact that a big march, a historic march from the people of Guam had just occurred regarding the Chamorro right to self-determination. Sir, we need a comment from you. What are you going to do to respond to the voice of the people? Now that, to me, you don't need a few days to address that.
Yeah. Well, I sent the emails, I mean, but I think if you, and what the congressman is doing and has successfully done is, we don't get a response, so we got to look at his Facebook. And if you look at his Facebook, I think it's really clear that he doesn't support Chamorro self-determination. And maybe that's why we're just not getting a response on it.
What we do is we try to guess at what he's thinking, and we try to intuit for him. And you know, and of course, he can then subsequently say, you know, that's not what I was thinking, or portray himself as somehow or other the victim in this process. And in reality, in this whole saga, he is not the victim.
Yeah.
He is not the victim.
A lot of victims, but he isn't one of them.
There's a lot of victims, but he's going to say that somebody is out to get him, and that may be true. But what has been stated in public has to be responded to in public. He can't just guess that you know, somebody's out to get him, because the person who has made, John Paul Manuel, has put his life on the line,
and he's getting bashed for it.
Yeah, and he's put his name on the line for
and that's another thing I'm uncomfortable with. So to me, this issue with these allegations that John Paul have made, I was talking to you guys before, I feel like it's just another drop in the bucket, because there's a lot of other things before this. There's this idea that people who go on social media and post anything critical of the congressman, they get dragged, cyberbullied. I mean, it's cyber. Let's just call it what it is. It's cyberbullying, and it's not just these fake accounts. You've got like his brother, his staffers. I mean, I just can't wrap my mind around in 2019 to have a congressional staffer comment, I think it was to you, haters gonna hate. It's like, what kind of world are we living in? Like, you were a congressional staffer. You're not supposed to, hater gonna hate. It just, you know, it's, and I've never been one to believe in the decorum of the office, but I just never really saw it going this way. And, you know, if anything, at the end of the day, if nothing comes of this if he's able to just not respond and it dies, or if no one files a complaint. Maybe it'll be the Dave Davis for him. It'll be that wake-up call where he, you know.
All right, Chris, well done as always. Please stay tuned. House to Home is next.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
I'm Ruby Santos. I'm from the beautiful southern village of Umatic. One of the things that we take pride in is promoting Guam through our music, through our original compositions of songs. Here on Guam, what makes us different is our people. When we can extend that Hafaday spirit of being sincere, being genuine, being truthful, being honest, that's all part of our Hafaday spirit. The hospitality, our hearts, the genuine friendships and connections that we establish, it's all from the heart, and they can feel it. The Hafaday Pledge is something that should be taught also to our children. I think when you plant that seed in them, they'll understand it at an early age how important it is to be hospitable, to receive and embrace not only our own culture, but to embrace the other cultures around us. We are all one people.
Turn up summer with Minute Maid slushies, only at McDonald's. Enjoy 3 refreshingly chill flavors, new sweet peach, blue raspberry, and fruit punch, while summer lasts.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Half a day, everybody. We are talking health check. What? I know you're saying, wait a minute, they just had that nice little video and the music for House to Home, but we are doing a health check on your home, and that's why Miss Real Estate Professional right here, Gina from Remax Diamond Realty.
Half a
Gina.
day.
Good. You're disappearing into the couch, as it were.
I wanted to blend in.
Very nice, and very effectively so. Okay,
Yeah,
we are talking about insurance today. Now,
Yes.
I'm naive, I'm a moron when it comes to everything real estate, but you're helping me. You're greatly educating me. And
Most of us are, though. Yeah.
okay, I'm in good company, or I'm not
Yes,
alone.
you are.
But one thing I have always thought, and we were talking before we started this segment, is that
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm I find a house of my dreams, I get a loan, I take out one insurance policy, I'm set for the term of the loan, right?
Typically, yes.
No?
Well, no, that's correct, because 90% of mortgages, 90% of the banks here pay for your insurance as part of your monthly payment. So it's called an escrow fee. You know, they tell you this is your interest and principal payment, this is your escrow payment, they put it together.
So it's not like a car where you have like 1 year renewables, which most insurers would set up.
Actually, no, that's false. It is the insurance policies on homes are renewed yearly. But the problem is, as a consumer, if your loan payment is paying for the policy, the insurance policy, it becomes just part of your payment, and you don't really know. You forget when it's happening. You forget that it's not transparent anymore. You just forget. So I buy my house in October. I know my policy. I put it into effect in October. When I bought my home, the policy. The amount of, they looked at the property. I did an appraisal when I bought it, or even some people are paying cash, so they know what they paid for it. So technically that's the value. You go to your insurance company, they say, great, your premium is X amount. The following year, for those who have mortgage payments, the bank automatically renews the policy because you haven't said you're not going to, right?
Okay, but that's only for the value of the house when I purchased it, right?
Correct.
And say I've got a 4-bedroom house, 2-bathroom. In 2019, before the end of this year, with your very astute assistance, I put in a pool, I put in a gazebo, because I want to be that one guy on Guam who has a gazebo, and I put in an outside kitchen, right?
Absolutely.
The perceived value of my property, I would think, has now increased.
Gone up.
Now, do I need to offset that with the new policy?
You're supposed to, and here's why. When you file a claim with the insurance company, they're going to pay you on they're paying you a percentage of the value that they insured, okay? So if you've just increased the value of your property, but you didn't notify the insurance company, yes, your payment's going to go up. You're paying based on value, because when you file a claim, you're saying my home is worth $200,000. If you're only paying for a policy for a home that's worth $100,000, it's called underinsured. You're undervalued.
Right.
They're only going to pay you based on what you're paying for.
And higher coverage, higher premiums.
That's right, but higher coverage. So it is your responsibility to notify your insurance company. You know the insurance company is going to the insurance will be renewed. They are yearly policies, and some people think they're not. They are. They're renewed, but the problem is because your bank is paying for it for the most part, most consumers, it's set up that way, you don't remember that this is taking place. And the other thing is, you're saying improvements. What about time? Right now, we know that values have gone up. Over the last 2 to 3 years, values have gone up. Even if you didn't do anything to your home, the value has gone up. And that's why it's a health check on your real estate. If your value's gone up, notify your insurance company. Tell them, hey, come on over, take a look. Or, hey, the values have gone up. I believe it's around this range now. Is there an increase in my premium? Because when you file a claim, if you didn't do that, you're going to get shortchanged.
Okay, you know me, I'm a stickler for details, and you used a word a couple moments ago. You said you're supposed to make that change in your insurance policy.
Yes.
So, and you know me, I know you, and you know me. I'm very paranoid and I'm very pessimistic. The glass is always half empty. If I don't get a new policy and account for that increase in value, could I possibly face a fine? Could I go to jail? Could I?
They're not,
or is it just smart business?
Well, they're not going to fine you, but here's what's going to happen. The cost of improvements and repairs are going up over time, and the value of your property is going up over time.
Sure.
So let's say you only insured your home for $200,000, but now it's worth $300,000, and you have a fire, earthquake, or typhoon, and you need to file that claim, and they come and look and say, well, we gotta, your replacement value is $300,000, but you really only insured it for $2,000. So there's your penalty. They're not going to give you the value based on what you need to do to the home now based on its current value.
Why would they give me any money?
They're going to give you the value based on the lower amount because that's what you're paying for.
Right, okay.
So yes, you're going to get, that's your fine, is you're not going to get enough money to make those repairs.
My ignorance is my own worst enemy.
And the other thing that people don't realize is people always say, well, can I move insurance carriers? Absolutely, you own the policy. Just because you locked it in with Gina Campos Insurance Company doesn't mean you can't, the following year, if you know when it expires, or even if you just decide it mid-year.
I can't go to Liz Duenas Insurers and get a policy
You
from
can. You can say, hey, Gina Campos, I'm canceling. I'm going to Liz Duenas. You absolutely can do that.
I would never do that because I just don't want to have to deal,
Yeah, with me.
with
I
you.
know, I understand.
Because I want to deal with you. Okay, and thank you. It's always fun
Thank
dealing with
you.
you. By the way, do you know anybody on Guam with a gazebo?
No, I'll start looking into that for you, Jace.
Yeah, I would love to actually be the first one to put that together. So we're going to work on that, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
KUAM TV 8, your home for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games.